So at this time, I'll open it up for questions. Yes.
Do you know what the reason is? So say Cobalt's my provider. Why would they be stealing my link juice if I own the domain or the URL?
Because it benefits their search engine visibility. There's a direct benefit to Reynolds and Reynolds or Cobalt's website if they're linking back to Cobalt website or Reynolds and Reynolds website. So that Reynolds and Reynolds ranks highly on search terms like automotive SEO. You can go to any one of these vendors, clients' websites. Click on View Source in the browser and find the link back to their website. In that code, if it doesn't have to say rel equals external for it to be external. It's external by default. It does have to say rel equals no follow for it to be no follow. So if you find a link and you don't see no follow, it is not no follow.
Define no follow.
Okay, no follow is an attribute that Google added to their algorithm in 2005. This was not a secret addition. This was announced to the world to solve a big problem that would have rendered the internet close to useless, which was comment spam on blogs. So we've got this great blogosphere. All these blogs are ranking all over the place because they all link to each other. Well, it didn't take long before people realized, well, I'll link that to my website. Now my website ranks better. And add link, add link, add link, add link. Well, everything lends itself to automation. So in this industry, so it got automated. So they basically had a big problem because they had scripted bots running all over the web, filling up blogs with comment spam. So you couldn't comment on a blog. You couldn't do anything. NoFollow solved that problem because if you take away the benefit, they have no reason to do it, and it worked. Every high-traffic blog implemented it, and very quickly, every high-traffic reputable site implemented it, and implemented it for SEO purposes, because GoDaddy doesn't have an interest in ranking their privacy policy. They do have an interest in ranking for domain. So their whole site has NoFollow all over the place, and it's carefully crafting and carving where we want to send emphasis to the pages. So while on-page traffic on a website, point your website to what you would like to rank for. It tells the search engines what you want to rank for. It's links that make you rank. Links are the muscle that make you rank.
So my understanding of SEO and SEM is that the more sites you're linking to, so for your example, Cobalt, I'm pushing information, I'm optimizing Cobalt, but doesn't it work in the reverse? Isn't it optimizing me because that Cobalt site is actually linked to me? So not only am I stimulating Cobalt, but I'm stimulating my website too.
So that would actually be what's referred to as not in this presentation, it's called a reciprocal link, if they are linking back to you. Now, if you're not monitoring that, they could very easily sometimes be linking to you, sometimes to be linking to somebody else. I believe there are companies out there that run a operation where it's a very reactionary approach to SEO, which means we got a complaint, so they need to rank. And then they rank for 2 weeks, and then all their rankings go away because they can only cite them for so long from others. And then when the rankings go away, well, we're working on it. We're working on it. It takes time. It doesn't take as much time as you think. Yes?
I'm a little confused, sorry. I thought Google was based on an organic site. The main results page was based on relevancy. And kind of like what Jared Hamilton was saying in the first session, it's important to be not only number 1, but 3, 4, 5 all on the front page. So if Google's based on relevancy, does that go beyond NoFollow, whatever this is, where it's you've got blogs, you've got content in different areas that are pointing back to your site and building the brand equity of your dealership?
I love that question. Thank you for asking that question. It is all about relevancy. What Google brought to the world is bringing backlinks into that equation. Okay. In 1994, Yahoo was the search engine. And Yahoo's rankings were based almost entirely, if not completely entirely, on on-page factors. So if you wanted to rank for Ford trucks, you just added it 1,000 times to your page on your website. And there you go, you move up the rankings. What the two guys at Google did is they were at a university and went and gathered every single computer they could. And they used the database that was there, on the entire body of research, to build a search engine. And this search engine was originally called Backrub at that time. Backrub was I think it's Stanford University. All of their research, they rank it based on the on-page factors, and it comes this way. But then you might have something that's more relevant, but doesn't have that keyword more times. Okay, so what they introduced is this idea of sourcing. So in research environment, you have people who are writing these papers and everything are pulling from other sources. So it brought into the equation how many people are referencing this document. Because if a document has Ford truck 1,000 times, that doesn't make it more relevant than a document that's a highly referenced piece on Ford trucks that Ford links to and that everyone else in the world links to, because it's this extremely great, important piece of content. So Google's whole mission is to make the web useful. We have all this data, and Google is how it gets organized. Well, if it got organized only by on-page factors like back in 1994, it would not be useful today. It's backlinks that add to your relevancy. So, and all links are not created equal. A link from Ford is a lot more valuable than a link from a blog that just got set up yesterday.
I think maybe I missed this, but you said you're linking direct to search results for like an F-150 to organic searches. Is that correct?
Yes.
And how are you doing that?
So we build our structure in that it takes advantage of your constantly turning inventory and creates an optimized web page for each vehicle. And then also the search pages become optimized. And then with our offsite link building campaigns, we're able to cause those internal pages to become highly visible on Google. So most of our rankings are not the home page that ranks. Because if you do a search for used Mustang in Gainesville, you're going to get a double listing from Santa Fe Ford. One of them is going to be used cars all. The other one is going to be Mustang, right to the Mustang. So there we have a double listing, and neither listing is the home page. So we build this basically constantly churning big giant infrastructure, database-driven site for the dealership, but then optimize the internal pages through linking.
So that's what you're doing, you're just indexing each and every page of the website.
Yes, and that brings up a very good point. Indexed pages. I would rather have a site with 30 indexed pages that all 30 pages are visible than 2,500 indexed pages with 10 visible pages. Because like we showed, if you have front page rankings, you're getting traffic. Second, third page, maybe, good luck. After that, forget about it. So having thousands and thousands of pages in index doesn't make you more visible. It's making those pages that are important to you visible. That's what's important. So while we don't have the most pages indexed in the industry, the companies that do have that claim to fame is because they're sloppy. And they're not using a robots file. They're not blocking robots from things like their thank you page and their all kinds of internal things that go on the site. And when you go through and look, and you see, if at the top, when you're going through those 2,500 index pages, you'll see your service page, your inventory, you see that stuff. But then if you dig deep, you'll see hundreds of pages that are all the same, and it's just some programming stuff, that you want to block Google from that. You have internet right there? Do a search for used Dodge Gainesville. Our client is a Ford dealership in Alachua. So what I want to ask is, who's number 2 on that search? GainesvilleDodge.net is the Dodge dealership in Gainesville, and they are a dealer.com client. We have a client that's 20 minutes north of Gainesville in Alachua who has 8 Dodges in inventory, and he ranks over the Dodge dealership in Gainesville.
2 times, double listed.
It's easy for us. This is so easy. We go into a market, it's easy.